Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Healing Room Tarot with yours truly, Magoon. This is your first time with us, and I'll explain that in a minute. Thank you for tuning in. Please take what resonates with you, um, leave what does not. These are timeless readings, and I am just an instrument for Spirit to use as Spirit pleases. I operate in a multitude of gifts and giftings. And so I never know how they're going to come out until we get there, right? Um, Sometimes, if you watch previous videos, you will see me not even use cards at all. And that's why I say that. And to clarify, tonight I did say we because I realized during the taping of the last reading that I am not just reading alone. Uh, Spirit is always present, is ever present. We always say that. And so whenever you see a reader online, just know that it's not just them. You may just only see them, but it's more than just them present. And tonight I'm doing something a little new. I didn't really have a topic, but I did know that there was a conversation that needed to be had, specifically because of events that happened on Sunday and Monday. um, Good things, positive things. And they let me know that Spirit wants to share a lot of things with the collective. So I am going to share whatever comes out. So it will be a card led message today, meaning whatever the cards pull out or fall out, come out. Whichever deck the Spirit has me to pull from, that's what I'm going to use to give you, the collective, the message that Spirit would like for you to have. Spirit knows who's going to watch this video and who will not. Spirit already will have this link to come across your desk at its given and appointed time. And that means that Spirit wants you to listen. So without further ado, we're going to get into the cards. I did have a few cards to flash before me earlier, or when it's time, I will be asked to pull those. And if you are not following me on Instagram, please do so. It's under the same name, Healing Room Tarot. I do post and repost several things that I feel that the collective should hear. Spirit talks and through many different things and forms and different medium forms. There we go. Oh, okay. I've just got an instruction for how to read these. Here, there's one more card. And most of the time, again, for my new readers, you will see me not look at the deck. I tend to not want to look at the deck because I don't want anyone to think that I'm looking at the cards to put them out. But let's see. So the first card that came out is the Knight of Wands. Meaning there's somebody, but what I'm hearing is somebody is bringing you a message. It's almost like the page, but since this is a knight, it is a message, a protected message. That's the energy that I'm getting from this card. It's the energy of protected message, but it also means a protected movement. So it could be if you're not making plans to move, might do, um, not saying like moving from one house to another, but moving as in there's a plan of action that you're getting ready to take. Just know that it is protected. And then it's followed by the Three of Cups, meaning that it is victorious no matter what this is, no matter what this message is. It's a message of victory. And I say victory because it's a celebration here. Three of Cups is a celebration, a celebratory card. And so that means that there is some sort of victory. It's very rare that people celebrate losses. And I say that because I think of people who have had divorce parties. So maybe if you are taking that step towards a divorce, that could be you. Otherwise, it is a celebration of a victory of some sort. And even that, even the divorce is a victory, right? You're gaining your freedom back. The next is the Star card. So after you get this victory, whatever this thing is, it is definitely pointing you towards your hopes, your dreams, everything that you've been praying for, everything that you've been asking for. This message lets you know that um, not only is this a victory for you, but it is going to be one that points you in the direction of what you've been praying for, your dreams, your hopes, those things. Then we have when the cards fell out, they fell out all three. And when Spirit told me how to place them, Spirit said that they are a trifecta, which means that the power it's coming. It's like the power of three. That's the best way for me to explain it. Um, not like the television show Charmed. However, it is a power of three, meaning that they are connected, interconnected. So we have the Page of Wands here, a message, right? Followed by the Fool. So you're gaining a message from Spirit to do. I'm going to put it on this side because it's going to paint a picture. So the Fool is gaining a message from Spirit. And the Fool is the person who does the foolish things, and it may not make sense to everybody else, but Spirit is ordaining the Fool to do it. And when the Fool does, Seven of Swords. And this one, if you see the lions there, there's protection yet again there. Swords are not oftentimes or always those things that um meaning something bad is happening, right? But it does mean that there is new. Okay, thank you. That's the best way to put it. I just heard a new revelation because swords is the way you think. And you should always think before you move, typically. However, with this message from the Page of Wands, that means in this foolish energy, the fool does not think. The fool has to just move. It's as if Spirit says to jump off the cliff, and you're like, what? And Spirit says, don't think about it. Just jump off the cliff. And you jump off the cliff, right? But when you jump off the cliff, you land into, I don't know, I'm seeing a balloon, like a hot air balloon, right? You land inside of the hot air balloon, and whoever's in there is just like, oh, wow. I didn't know that you were in there, but that mountain that you were just standing on is now collapsing. and you've dodged a bullet. So that's why I said it's like it's protected. It's a protected movement. In the traditional deck, they always say in the negative that the Seven of Swords is someone being sneaky and trying to pry, but then in others they would say in the upright position it said it's a protected message, like it's a secret that has yet to be revealed, like a plan that is coming forth. And so with this energy of you working with spirit and you already have a protected message, a victory, and the star card, then you're also being shown again that spirit is leading all of this. It is a protection. And the lions here are what I'm also getting is with the lions there, it is a protection because of the sense that you see the lions. Right. Like say you are exploring, you see these lions as is, right? They're all facing your direction. And it's like you see the plans, you see the snares, the traps before they happen, so you're able to move accordingly. Either way, it is a protected leap of faith from spirit. And so with it saying it's almost as if this part of the reading is reading backwards. Honestly. Um think of it as one of those movies or one of the shows where they show you what happens at the end and now you're going back through the story to see how you got to this ending. That's how this reading looks to me. Because the next thing is the moon card. The next card is the moon card. There is something that you do not see yet, and it is pertaining to the star. I know these are two different kingdoms, but it's almost like you are with this with the moon card here. It's like this is how you're starting out, but this is what you're aiming for. This is what it's going to turn into. It's like you don't see that the whatever your situation is right now is the groundworks for what's to come, which is which is great, right? We all want to I'm hearing yeah, it is Drake. Started from the bottom, now we here, right? That it's that type of energy. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles is, I mean, she's queen, she's royalty, but she knows she's the master of money. She knows how to navigate, know what to invest it in. She knows when to spend, when not to spend. She's a very rich woman. I just heard Nene Leaks. I'm a rich. And if you know the rest of that quote, you know the rest of that quote. If you don't, just type in Nene Leaks. I'm a rich, and it will tell you the rest of that quote. That's the type of energy that it's giving me. Okay, now I'm being led to the first deck that Spirit wanted me to pull from. So let's see what comes out. And for whoever this is for, Spirit is saying you don't have to treat them like they treat you to get this, to get uh, the outcome that you want. I'm also getting that sometimes being the bigger person means seeing from different angles, seeing from the bird's eye view, seeing things that they will never see, right? Is there another card? All right, there is. Interesting, interesting. I'm saying interesting because of I'm just gonna say it. There's not a lot of wands here, but the two wands that came out is pertaining to a message, and the cards that came out are both Aries, and it's giving me the King of Wands energy. Honestly, especially Aries. It's Aries is literally represented by this card, and it's the full moon in Aries. Cool your emotions, and then the first quarter moon in Aries. Step into your power, which is interesting because of the last statement that I said before I read these cards, right? You don't have to get into the same energy as people who torment you, like who your situation. You know, whatever the situation is, say that there is a another party involved and it's been pressing you, right? You don't have to get into that same energy. Spirit is saying go beyond that. So let me read the full moon in Aries, which I need to go back some. There we go. Cool your emotions. Are you in the middle of an argument or perhaps in the mood to pick an argument? Surely not. Or are you being overly forward? This is a time of heated emotions and frayed tempers. Anger is better than despair, as Abraham Hicks taught us, because anger spurs us on to do something. But you may get better results if you master your emotions. Certainly avoid stirring the pot, or it could boil over. Cooling your emotions and being the peacemaker means you'll attract a more peaceful outcome. Seek a balance between you, and me. A manifesting ritual for releasing fiery feelings. Add Angelica essential oil to your diffuser. Find a comfortable seated position and gently close your eyes. Call in Athena, the warrior goddess, to give you the courage you need to work through your emotions. Ask Athena to surround you with her energy so that you can transmute anger into healthy anger and even love, including in dramas with others. Your manifestation affirmation: out of this, only good will come. And then for the second message, was this first quarter? I also have candles burning, and there's one that keeps popping, and it's interesting. It's a candle that I addressed. Um, there we go. So this is that, and the candle that is burning is one that I call the bloodline candle. So this is, I will say, this is my a message from my bloodline, but representing someone else's bloodline, meaning your ancestors are talking to you to pay attention to this. Um, and first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power. Something is holding you back from racing towards your next goal. Achieving anything is nearly always part inspiration, excuse me, part inspiration and part hard work. Believe that you can create whatever you want. Be you. Take action and be smart, but also be bold. Don't allow inhibitions or others restrictions to hold you back. Be systematic, but also allow yourself to get excited about what you want. If someone seems to be working against you now, deal with your emotions as calmly as you can. Let me see. Okay, manifesting mix. This card represents a mix of having the courage to chase your goals, no matter what anyone else says, while still planning and being strategic. your manifesting mindset, whatever you're doing right now, remember that as well as passion, you need a plan. That's the way to overcome any obstacle. To tune into your manifesting powers, the solar plexus chakra, Manipura, is where you store your courage and confidence to seek out the life you're dreaming of. It's found a little above your navel and is bright yellow in color. Hold this card to your solar plexus and visualize yourself in a column of yellow light from the highest source. Call in the energies with these words: energies of the first quarter moon in Aries. Thank you for giving me confidence. I need to chase my dreams. So you see here, it's all about, I was going to say this, and then Spirit said it again, balance. The balancing of your emotions. So these are, I believe, these are the protected messages that we were seeing. So in order to get this celebratory, this true celebratory outcome, the protected message is protect your emotions, protect your peace. Because if you're protecting your peace, then that means that whatever is thrown to you, you get the outcome that you want, but also you'll be in a better state of mind to receive what it is that you would like to receive. And so these are the things that you may not see, moon card here, while you're in it. I believe, I can't remember if it was last week or week before last, when I stated that we did a reading of looking beyond the storm, basically, and finding that peaceful nature. Because whenever you find that peaceful nature, everything you start to see clear, you hear things clear, you interpret things clear the way that they should be, and not as how you feel, right? Not to negate your feelings, right? Because you feel what you feel, but whenever you get to that place of zen, whenever you get to that place of peace, right, and nothing can disturb your peace, then everything that you do, it will work out the way that it's supposed to work out. And that's what I'm feeling. It's especially with this Aries here, it's like take control of your emotions. And I do want to show this picture again because it is a lady dancing in the light, right? And it's going right to the chakra place that this card shared. So dance it out, right? No longer try to, I'm looking because there, three of the cards here has moons in them. They're all full moons, which I think, or is this another one? This one may or may not be a moon, but they all resemble this with the ring. They're all, they're not all the same shade, but the one with the star card is. It's like the same color, and I can show it to you. It's like that same fiery color, and it's like cool down your flame, right? Don't burn your dreams. Let's get some more oracle cards here. We have illumination. Gain insight that light up your path. Clarity brings understanding and confidence. And that goes back with that peaceful state of mind. Okay, this one fills out. fell out. Perspective is here. Shift your viewpoint to see things with different eyes. Yeah. See, again, we have this shift, is the shifting of perception. Remember, and remember, I said bird's eye view. What is this? Bird's eye view. Um, See things. You will be able to see things that the others will not. Uh, Whatever your situation is, you'll get this different perspective than others. It's think of it as in the story of the tortoise and the hare. What if the tortoise could see from a bird's eye view that, say that the tortoise had psychic vision, just for a second, just walk with me for a second. He had psychic vision and he saw that he was going to win the race because from the bird's eye point of view, he saw that he was a few feet away from the finish line, and the hare has decided to stop and take a rest, to take a nap, because he didn't think that his opponent, the tortoise, the turtle, would make it before he would wake up. But when you have that perspective, you will be like the tortoise or the turtle, however, and you will just keep moving along. You don't have to brag. Remember, the hare bragged a lot, right? You will not brag. You will just keep going because I already see where this is going. I already see the victory. You talk too much. You put your foot in your mouth. That's your thing. That's not my thing. And because you do that, you're going to watch me win. And that's what happened. Funny, I hadn't even seen this card yet. Insight. See? And it says gain deeper understanding through observation and empathy. The more you learn, the better you get. And so, and it's like you have this insight because you learn your opponent, you learn the other party, you learn the situation. So no matter what comes your way, you're going to win. Clarity. Seek clarity through reflection and mindful awareness. Clear vision guides wise decisions. See, it's all talking about doing things that will give you that peaceful state of mind to see the situation better, to see the situation clearly. And it still takes me back to the moon card. There's things that you don't see that this is setting you up for your hopes and dreams, and you don't want to mess that up by being too, I'll just say, fiery. I am hearing the word brash, but I'm also getting fiery. I'm hearing tame the flame and see, tame the flame to see everything in plain sight. Because remember, if something has gone up in flames, that means it also has gone up in smoke. So that's what I'm seeing in my third eye is, by being too fiery about something, you cause a lot of smoke to happen so that now your opponent can't see, but neither can you. But if you go in peaceful, you tame the flame, you know, just put a little fire under the situation and then step back and let it cool off. Um, what I'm getting is I'm trying to get the words to express what I'm seeing. It's almost like the kid who threw the stone and hit his hand behind his back, but from the positive side, there was a flicker of another pop. Um, so yes, But it just flicked again, and I'm looking at it now. Um, okay. So what I'm getting is that oh, okay. Thank you. They're giving me another example. So it's like, and I'm probably dating myself when I share this. It's almost like Lisa from The Simpsons. Lisa was always trying to get the family to see things. Um, okay. They're also showing me Meg from American. What is it? American Dad, I believe is that show. No, 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 no. Family Guy. There we go. Thank you. Um, so and it's not all the time Meg was in this position, but there were times when Meg, but definitely a lot of times with Lisa from The Simpsons, where they would try to tell the family, "Hey, we need to do this in order for this to happen," and it's like the rest of the family disregarded what they had to say until it came up again, and they're sitting there like, "We wouldn't be in this position had you listened to me." That is how they're giving me this situation, right? Um, so again, this is where the fool card comes in again. However, spirit is asking you to move at this time concerning your situation, do it. It may not look like what other people want it to look like, but that's fine because spirit has you. Spirit is saying, I'm guiding you. It's not supposed to, but just know that the movement that you're doing is protected because you see the traps, you see the snares, you see what is going on. Okay. Spirit is asking me to wrap that up. So, go on. So, collective. And as you can see, we clearly, because there's several of us since I'm here, right, that have gone into these battles silently, and spirit is saying just keep going, be peaceful about it. Spirit wants me to get these cards, so that's why I was saying like he wanted spirit wanted me to wrap it up. I use he and she interchangeably. Spirit specifically wanted me to get the past life cards. So we're gonna see what happened because there's a past life message here. Finances is here. So in the past life, some of you could have also, I'm not going to say necessarily struggle, but I'll just say for some, there was struggling financially, but then for others, there's always been some fight when it comes to your finances. All right. Asia is here. So for some of you, look into your ancestry to see about Asia. Um, I'm not going to take this one just because of how it voted after this one failed. But if it comes out again, I will share it. So yeah, there's something dealing with Asia. Could have Asian ancestry and not know. Um, for somebody, I'm also I'm also getting the message to look into Asia, like partnering in order to build your finances. It may be something that in your past life you were trying to do and you were not able to do it. So now Spirit is saying in this lifetime you can, or to try again. But I'm definitely seeing finances, and then it's followed by Asia. So there could be like a partnership. You could know somebody that's Asian that you've been talking to about business, And spirit is this is like spirit's way of saying like you have the green light. Orphan is here. There was at a time where someone was an orphan. I'm going to get more cards as well, but these are the cards that are coming out. Spirit does want me to take this one. Um, there is imprisonment or slavery. So for a lot of us that have watched so far, um, I know that there has been at least some sort of slavery for sure, um, just because of who we are now. Karmic relationship is coming out. Okay, so there's two more cards that's coming out. And again, I'm going to pull cards for each of these just to see what other messages Spirit has. Okay. Native American. That really hits home. And ships is here. All right. Uh, because I am very interested in trying to understand what is going on, I'm going to start off with the ships. I'm going to start off with the ships just to get a better understanding of what that means. What is it pertaining to? Okay, the cards already like falling out. I'm going to make sure I get all of them. Oh, it was only one card. King of Pentacles is here. So there is definitely a money was made from a somebody who identifies with ships. Let me for I'm going to say this: if you have been having dreams about ships, if you have had this inclination to wanting to ride a ship or to even drive one, right? This is for you. And it's because in your past life you made a lot of money. Um, again, finances is here. With this, you lived comfortably on ships. And it's important for us to understand that. And I brought up dreams because sometimes our past lives do try to creep up on us by way of dreams, by way of things that we like, especially like if you're someone who was born in the middle of the United States, or the middle of your country, or however you're watching, and you've never really been to the ocean like that. For you to be dreaming about that, it's calling you, it's sharing that you at one point in one of your lifetimes traveled the seas. And so you may have this yearning to do it again. I wanted to see, yeah, money was coming. So it's definitely something that you did in a previous lifetime where you, excuse me, let me drink this. Where you received a lot of money based off of ships. All right. So now I'm going to do, let's do Asia. Let's do Asia. Let's see what comes up for Asia. And I'm hearing that the ships part goes with Asia as well. So you could have been in your previous, for some of you, and for those who identify with the ships, could have been doing a lot of trading with Asia. Okay. And and that is how you make money. The death card is here. So it's like you have to have a different perspective when it comes to Asia. And this may be for someone who is like, I don't have any ties with Asia. Like, hello, you have to look from a different perspective. That's what I'm really getting. This card wants to jump out. Yeah. See, Eight of Swords is here. It's like I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't see it. And it's like spirit is saying you have to have a different perspective because you're claiming that you don't see it, but it's something that you know it's inherently there. Um, okay. It's a lot of cards coming out. Yep, Two of Cups is here. So maybe you're dating someone that's Asian, or maybe you have this affinity for Asian men, Asian women, Asian non-binary, Asian presenting non-binary people. That just means that this is something that you're accustomed to because in your previous life you were Asian. You have you may have distant ancestors from Asia as well. I'm really picking that up. Yep. Page of Swords is here. Be enlightened, do research is what I'm getting. Do some more research on your family lineage. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords is here. Again, this is thinking from your intuition is what I'm getting. And then we also have the Justice card here. Um, Meaning there was not only you're getting justice for whatever happened in the past. So if you do decide to do this ancestry and find out that you have ancestors from Asia, look into if you can find out the specific areas, specific names. Um, I think you're going to come across something where there was a victory for your family. And I'm thinking, like, what's popping up into mind? Of course, America has its own history with the Asian population of peoples. Yep. Hierophant is here. Messages from spirit, but I'm also getting messages from your ancestors. Remember, I said I have the bloodline card um, candle burning. So, yeah, these are definitely ancestors. Um, there is this, yeah, it's you're chosen to you have been chosen to go back and get something. There's something, yeah, it's something there for you. Go to Asia, whoever this is for. I'm really getting like go to Asia, look into it. There's something that you're going to get for sure. Um, I just heard the balance isn't closed. So whoever needed to hear that, I just heard the balance is not closed. Um, yeah, no, I'm not getting any other thing. So please, if that resonated with you, if that stood out to you, please, 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 on behalf of your ancestors, go do the research. Go look into it. I'm now wanting to do the karmic relationship. Knight of Swords is here. Um, I'm hearing runaway bride. So in a previous life, you were somebody that ran away all the time. So that could be why I'm getting two messages. So if you're somebody who are saying like, why can't I find a relationship? it's because in your previous lifetime you ran away. But I'm also getting that if you're somebody who always is being stood up, it's because you used to stand people up from the past. Um, but I'm also have, yeah, four wands is here. I wasn't, I saw the four wands before, but it wasn't computing what I was saying. Um, yeah, so like the runaway bride, right? And leaving the Queen of Cups by herself. So you may be a male watching, or someone who you might be same gender loving relationships, but I'm also seeing the Queen of Cups is here. Now the Queen of Cups is all about happiness. Um, so it's you want happiness, you want it all, but you're afraid of it. That's what I'm getting as well. So you may be someone that's afraid of commitment as well. Um, and you brought that over into this lifetime, which means you have to do some very, very, very deep, what is it? Deep rooted work on yourself. Shadow work. There we go. Um, I heard a dark night of the soul as well. That's what why I couldn't think of that word. So you definitely want to go within to clear that energy out, or you're not going to be in a relationship because your karmic relationship is very strong. It's I'm gonna see what other card. Oh, okay, yeah, the Wheel of Fortune just came out. You have to clear up that debt for in order for the Wheel of Fortune to turn into your favor. Yep, and it's clarified by the Five of Pentacles, feeling helpless, feeling like you can't do anything when you have the key. You just got to unlock something, and then the Temperance card is here, balancing that energy out. In order to do those things, you have to do deep work um, to root it out. Is what I just heard. Oh my gosh. Um, Before I go on to the next card, let me see if there's one more because I really do feel like there's one more card. But you definitely have to do some work to on everybody that you left at the altar. I am getting that for some for it's like a rare that you were the one that was being stood up at the altar. But it's like Spirit is saying, because I'm seeing that with the Queen of Cups card in my third eye here, and it's saying that that's because Spirit wanted to protect you from your peace. But yeah, Ten of Pentacles card is here. In order to get your Ten of Pentacles, you have to clear up this energy. You have to clear up this energy. All right. I'm going to go into imprisonment or slavery. Let's see what comes out. Oh, we have the Two of Pentacles, decisions. That is very interesting. That is very interesting. Because it's that like who chooses to be in slavery. And then it's like Nine of Cups is here. So I'm what I'm getting is that you may not have chosen to be in slavery, but at the same time, slavery is where you found your Nine of Cups. Yeah, because now now we have the King of Pentacles is here. It's giving you didn't choose to go into slavery, but because you were a slave at some point, you're now reaping and harvest because of your enslavement. It's sort of like a spiritual reparations of sort. That's how it's coming out to me. It's like because you were enslaved, that's why you're going to receive the riches now, in spite of. Um, yeah, nothing else is coming out. It's those three cards. So you didn't choose it, but because you went through it, you're going to get something beautiful. I think that's going to be a lot of people. What do y'all think? That's going to be a lot of people. And I say that knowing, and or I'll say with the caveat that you did the right things. You've done the work to do it. Because if you didn't do the work, spirit is not going to reward you. I just heard spirit does not reward laziness. So that could have been one of my ancestors saying that spirit does not reward laziness. I was going to the Native American read, and these three cards fell out. So let's see. We have the Chariot card. We have the Knight of Wands, which is a really good energy. And then we have the Four of Cups. So what I'm getting is that it's all not lost. And I will say I'm reading this because I have a feeling that this reading is personally for me. With the Chariot card here, it's that leading to, right? Leading to the information. And I don't mind sharing this personal story. So my family is indigenous. We've always known that. We've shared it. We have the stories to back it up and prove it. But because of our darker skin, is no, you can see I'm a brown person. Um, the traditions were lost, right? But it's very much alive within. It's like it's still there. It's still burning within, right? It is the no matter where you go, no matter how you steer in life, it's there. And because of nobody else acknowledging or pouring in, Spirit is saying, I still have gifts for you. If you can see the hand down there for you in this space. It kind of ties in with the imprisonment or slavery because of the encapturement and the enslavement of native peoples. Spirit is going to reward those people and reward those families. Yeah, Nine of Swords is here. It's like I lost, I just heard things lost in the fire. Things lost in the fire, but Spirit is saying, you don't have to because I'm taking care of you. Page of Swords. Some of you, if you haven't learned this yet, you're going to learn this about your family. So I implore you to look into your history. But but I'm also getting oh yeah, when I was talking about reparations, it's finances, right? It goes back to finances. I'm also getting that you may find something out. Um, so say you don't know which tribe you are a part of, for those who this will resonate with, and you find out, and then you find out that the government is giving this tribe something like land, free education, something like that. It's like once you find out, it's like, oh wait, I need to tap into this, especially if you can prove it. It's all about proving it. And what I'm getting is spirit is sort of like saying, don't worry about if you can prove it or not. If you do the work, I'm going to reward you for it. So whether or not you get the governmental reward for it, spirit's still going to reward you for it. Yeah, Queen of Wands is here. The Queen of Wands. Use your intuition to move. That's I just had a revelation, totally not connected to this reading, but it's like I've been trying to figure out who this woman in the card looks like, and I just realized who. But either way, and maybe that's how it's going to come to you, right? That's how you're going to realize something. Maybe you see a picture of someone, of an indigenous woman or a man, and you're like, hey, that looks like my aunt. Like, it's going to come to you like this. um I just heard light up the world, right? Because the wands is represented by fire, so it may literally be like a aha moment for you, like a sparked flame. And even she, how she's holding her hand out, it's like a gift from spirit. So yes, please, please, please go look. um yep. See, three of hearts. I mean, three of hearts. Oh my goodness. Three of swords, but it's in reverse. You don't have to worry about heartache anymore. um when it comes to this space, I feel like it's going to close a chapter for you and your family members that's passed on, and from your previous life. Excuse me. You're going to, it's almost like when you find out this information, it's like you get this healing feeling. I can't describe what it's going to be like for you, but it's going to be like this peace, this calm over you once you find this out. Okay. Now we're going to do the orphan. It was a struggle. It was a struggle for sure, to be this orphan. I'm getting um, the Little Princess. If you're familiar with that movie, struggling to find your place, struggling because you know who you are, but people didn't know who you were, and so it was a struggle. And I would even go on to say that oftentimes a lot of orphans struggle with something, whether it's a sickness. I didn't want to say that, but I kept seeing Tiny Tim flash up, from Scrooge. So it's like you struggling with the sickness, struggling with the family, struggling with finances. But either way, yeah, the star card is here, and it's like the orphan was always praying. You always pray for a better life. Um, even as a child, that's what I'm getting. Even as a child, yeah, Ten of Cups is here. So even when you found your fulfilled happiness, even though you were an orphan, you found your happiness. You was able to find family, whether or not this was as an adult and you created your own family, which this does go out to certain people because I just heard that for some of you, you are your own ancestor. So you created your own family and you kind of reincarnated within your own bloodline. That's amazing. Um, and then for others, it is you were able to find a home as an orphan and live out your life. Either way, it's like it gets better. That's kind of like the energy that I'm getting. It gets better. Six of Cups is here. Some of you may actually have dreams about it. You may see a single child, and I'm hearing the word repetitively. So you could be dreaming about a single child, and you're like, who is this child? That spirit's way and your way, of saying this is who you were in your previous life. So, and you can, and however you are living in this lifetime, it, in order to heal that wound, I feel like you carry a wound from that experience, And it's like you can tell that child that it's okay now. Things are better in this lifetime. And that will heal a wound for you. Yeah. See, the sun. See, once you heal that, it's something in your life will change. Because for some of you, whoever connects with this, whenever you can say it out loud, you can, however you decide to heal that child wound, you're going to feel like this. You're going to feel this over exuberant joy. You're just going to be happy. So say like there's certain periods of the, I would say the current calendar year, the calendar year that most people use, right? And you just notice that on a certain date or around a certain time, you just get depressed, right? And it could be once you healed it, not it could be, but when you heal this, you will notice that you no longer feel that pain or that memory again. Trying to see, yep, yep. Page of Wands is here. I'm hearing receive the message. Receive the message. Last but not least, and if you really put it all together, everything that I've said has something to do with finances. So I just want to see what else come out with. Okay, there's finances dealing with a relationship here. There's several cards that's flipped over, but I'm gonna put them all back, and whichever one comes out, we're gonna. Ooh, this is okay. So finances. This was is in the reverse, um, which lets me know that there's someone who was in your previous life you spent without thinking. It's that spending, like you just spent, came out again. Finances related to a relationship, or it could be that your spouse in your previous lifetime kept spending the money, wasn't spending it wisely. It wasn't really going anywhere. Because again, remember, wands is a movement type of card, so that means your spouse may have just spent the money, which means it didn't go into. I just heard it did not go into escrow. I do not know these terminologies like that. But I just heard that it did not go into escrow. There was confirmation here from the candle here. Oh, okay. I think this is a okay, yeah. So the hanged man is here. Look for a different perspective, get a new revelation on finances because you don't want to repeat that pattern is what I'm getting. So whether or not you're with a spouse now, you may want to take control of the money. You may say, you're not, in this relationship, I'm going to control the finances. If this is you, however, if you were the one that spent, say, hey, I'm good with finances, but you're better. I'm going to allow you to take over the finances. And it's so whatever the outcome of that situation does not happen again. And let's say you could have been someone, it could have been a situation where the finances were always leaving, but they will always come back. You may not be as lucky this go round. So it's always best to know your limitations. Yeah, this is here again. This is so for the Knight of Wands, it is a protected movement, right? But it's also a movement. I always love this one, and I always say, move to the beat of your own drum, right? So with that here, it's a movement card stating that, yeah, just I'm hearing ensure ensure the quality. So basically, when you move, make sure it's protected movement, Make sure that it's movement that will allow you to continue to have freedom, financial freedom, since we are dealing with finances, and not one that's going to have you hemmed up, is basically what I'm getting. Ah, the Empress is here. Yeah. So the Empress, in order to, I'm hearing, in order to do good into the world, you will want to make sure that your finances is secure, because the Empress is one that definitely follows intuition. So I'm really getting like stocks and bonds here. So that you could have been that type of person in your previous life, because again, with the escrow thing a few minutes ago, um, it's giving me somebody who worked with finances. Um, and with intuition here, you had a very good intuition on things, on good investments for some of you, and then for others you didn't have the intuition. So you may have the intuition now, and that's because in your past life you did not. So take it how it resonates. If you're good with finances now, you may not have in the past. Yep. Because once you give, you receive, or whatever you receive, you give out. Either way, it's like a reciprocal turn. So for some of you, you have changed the course of that action. You went from just mindlessly spending to now knowing how to spend. For some of you, you didn't have, but now you're able to. I'm not going to say now you're able to give. I was about to say now you're able to have. You have now because you used to give out a lot. So maybe you're one that did have a lot of finances, but you gave it out a lot and people couldn't see your return, but you were just satisfied to be able to give to someone. But now in this lifetime, it's that energy has followed you to now where you're on the receiving end, right? Um, so it could explain why you're in certain situations, um, meaning like you could be poor, but somehow your needs are always met. Yep. See, things changed and reversed for you. The wheel of fortune found favor with you, is what I'm getting. Um, excuse me, y'all. I have to do something. Nature is calling me. I'm going to edit this out of the recording. Give me just a moment. Okay, I am back. Again, I do apologize. Let's see. But yes, the Wheel of Fortune has turned in your favor. So now that is no longer a concern. The King of Swords is coming out now, meaning you know how to execute now wisely with your finances. You're very, I'm hearing you're very strong on certain things dealing with your finances, meaning um, there are certain, you're like, I'm putting my money here, that's it. I'm not overextending it, or I'm not under You're not undercutting yourself when it comes to your finances. And then you also have Six of Swords. So some of you are going in new directions with your um, finances. And I'm seeing the Asian card again in my third eye, meaning some of you may decide to invest in some Asian markets, or doing something with doing something with Asia, and it's going to increase your finances. So we're getting this reading all over again. So, collective, what do you think? Definitely leave me your comments and let me know. I I think it was a beautiful, 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 beautiful read. And I do personal reading. So if you would like a personal reading, please leave me a comment in the message section or find me on Instagram at Healing Room Tarot as well. And you leave me a private message and I will get it so that I can set up that appointment with you. Okay. Well, that is all for tonight. But again, thank you for joining me on Cards and Conversations. And I hope you do return. If you feel like this reading should be shared with a friend of yours, please share it. Like, subscribe, and share. And have a good night.